I don't feel alone. We just settled in and it already feels like home.
You're listening to the Feels Like Home podcast with Mike Throne and Marty Ford.
Hey guys, it's Marty and welcome to the Feels Like Home podcast. This week we sat down with Wheatberry Book owner Chelsea Bruning and just explored her story and journey from being a pharmacist and her dream of opening up a bookstore in downtown Chillicothe. And a couple of years she did that and started that dream, and it's just taken off and has become an integral part of the resurgence of our downtown. And it's just a beautiful place, a wonderful place to get curated selection of books. And she just does an amazing job. And we enjoyed this conversation. We hope that you enjoyed as much as we did. So here is Chelsea Bruning from Wheatberry Books. Hope you enjoy.
Well, I want to thank everybody for joining us this week. We have a special treat this week. This is an exciting time for us. So when we made our list, I'm going to be honest with you about something. When we made our list of the people that we were going to bring on, and it was 30 people long, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, at least 30 or 40.
You did not make the list. I'm sorry. But then we were like, oh, how dumb were we to not put Chelsea Bruning on the list? She's literally filled a gap with an independent bookstore when one was leaving. You were like, that can't happen. We need to have a bookstore. I know you have a passion for books. And so we quickly rectified the wrong and decided to bring Chelsea Bruning from Wheatberry Books on tonight on the podcast. So thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Not a problem. So tell us a little bit about Wheatberry. I know it's an independent bookstore, but give us sort of the background. People may be listening from outside of our area. Yeah. We have a lot of people that listen that used to live here and they don't come back much and they find out new things. So tell us a little bit about Wheatberry.
Wheatberry is just kind of a passion project that bloomed out of nothing. I had an idea, maybe try to make this dream come true. Didn't feel like it was something very serious. Let's just try it on for size, because I've always been passionate about books, always had a little bit of a dream of opening a bookstore, and then finally kind of hit that age that if I don't do it now and I wait 10 or 15 years, is it going to be too late? Am I going to regret not trying it? So we'll try it. It's an experiment. See what happens. And that thing took off.
Yeah.
It all happened so fast. Family and friends coming together and the support at the local authors, locations. It's its own thing. It's a bookstore that was meant to be, and I am along for the ride. Yeah. Just kind of trying to steer the ship a little bit.
So when, and I think one of the other interesting things is that you hadn't been open for very long, and then you decided to move, which a lot of people won't do, because once you establish a spot, you're like, ooh, well, this is where we are now, right?
Yeah, it was fancy.
You went from Paint Street in downtown Chillicothe over to 2nd Street, which I thought was a good move. I'm not being critical.
Timing was kind of...
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that, because that was the whole construction project that went wrong at the...
It was right before the pandemic.
And then right before the pandemic.
Right.
So
yeah.
But I'm interested in the sort of the germ of the idea. I mean, you mentioned like you're into books. Is that a lifelong obsession with books? Like you were a little kid reading, and then as you progressed in a young adult and so on, like...
I think book people know that we've always been book people. We were born that way.
Right.
And there's a lot of us out there. I hear from so many people, I wish I could have owned a bookstore, or you're living my dream. I mean, I did it on a whim.
Yeah.
This is not what I was trained to do. I don't have, business background. I'm a pharmacist. I went to pharmacy school at Ohio Northern. I still practice pharmacy. And my passion is for taking care of people. And I think offering books in a community setting, in a safe place, is another way of taking care of people.
Yeah.
One is physically with medicine. Another is emotionally and relationally. It's all about working together.
Yeah. It would occur to me that anyone that would go to pharmacy school and have to spend that much time going to school and devouring that many books would lose their passion for books. But it seems like it almost just, you probably read to relax and to to break away from all of that, right?
There was a very lengthy hiatus on any kind of reading. I mean, chemistry textbooks are
Sure.
the original horror novel.
Right.
I am serious. So I didn't get to read while I was in college. I came to a lot of the popular stuff later. I read Harry Potter when I was on maternity leave with my second son. So, the books are still there. And I think once I got my doctorate, left school, the passion reignited because I was able to get back into a routine and have a little more of that time. But yeah, there was 6 or 7 years there where reading was not an option unless it was a textbook.
And just to take a pause from the discussion about the store and books, you're also a wife and a mother.
Yeah.
You have an amazing family of
I
very
do.
vibrant people.
Yes.
They're amazing.
And you're from an amazingly vibrant family as
Yes.
well. Talk a little bit about them. And, I know that you and your husband had a really great moment in the formation of this idea on one of those, quote, rare date nights where this idea kind of came out. I want you to tell that story because to me, it's such a great way that husband and wives sometimes don't think they're thinking the same thing and then suddenly they are.
Yeah. So I am married to a very reasonable man who wants all of the facts.
That is true. Yeah.
He wants all of the facts.
It's in his nature. He can't help it.
So if I have something that I think is a good idea, I need to research it and be able to present a slideshow to tell him why this is a good idea.
At least verbally, right?
Right. So we went out to dinner. We went to the Green Tree, and I just kind of threw it at him, like, "Hey, I would like to maybe think about opening a bookstore." Like, this was the first I'd ever mentioned it, and he's like, "Oh, I don't know. I mean, we'd have to look. I already have all the numbers. I can tell you projections. I know what type of space we need. Like, I had all of it there." And he's like, "Hey, okay, you've done the work. You've researched it. Let's try it."
You threw yourself on the mercy of the court and got.
He was on board. I think he was surprised that I had done all that back work on it, but
He's probably a little proud of that too.
he might have been the research.
Yeah.
But he's like, "Yeah, I trust you. Let's wing it.
Yeah.
We're a team."
And from sort of like idea generation to first day of opening, how much of a time gap is that?
That date was in June or July, and we opened December 1st of 2017. So that was, building
6
a
months or
business
less.
plan and obtaining the location, getting the stock, the whole thing. Yeah, less than 6 months.
Yeah.
It's insane.
What was the thing that finally pushed you to have the conversation with Matt? I mean, you said you've been dreaming about this for so long.
You're not going to believe it. Okay. This was an actual dream, like a dream that you have at night. I had a dream that I was either going to open a bookstore or have a baby. And I'm like, we've got 2 kids. We're set. We're going to open a bookstore. And I thought, maybe this dream means something. So let's try it. So, that kind of started the wheels turning, got it all rolling, opened the bookstore on December 1st, and found out we were pregnant on December 13th. So maybe there was more to that dream than I anticipated.
That's funny. Hey,
But that's really where it all started.
You may want to let him know the next dream you have. I mean,
Yeah.
so you can get planned for,
Goodness. We're not going to jump on it.
no more kids. Okay, got it. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm the same way.
You can't discount dreams because I have my own story with dreams. I play the guitar and
I
worship because of a dream.
Yeah. There's something to it.
Yeah, there is something to it.
And the story about why Wheatberry, because I think it's, first of all, I think your logo is super iconic. Like, it's got a clean, classic look to it. I think that was the first thing that when I first saw it, I was super drawn to that. And so it has a very personal meaning to you.
Yes. Well, the store as a whole is very family oriented with my family. My dad has helped out with building shelves, and my sister designed the logo, and she prints our bookmarks. And my mom has worked there. There's been so much support from everyone, but it all comes back to my grandmother. The little wheat logo is the design that she would carve into the top of her apple pie crusts. She was so well known for her pies and her quilts, but she also wrote a lot of poetry. And she was such a humble woman, but oh my goodness, the strongest woman I have ever met.
And it seems like she was super talented too.
She was amazing.
Yeah.
And this wasn't going to happen if she wasn't a part of it.
Yeah.
So she gets front and center.
Yeah, that's
Mammal
great.
Bessie.
That's an amazing story.
That's great.
Yeah, I think that's the thread that sort of permeates the whole story about Wheatberry that I really think is cool. There are a lot of businesses out there, and a lot of them have family backgrounds and things like that. But I feel like you've woven into it the perfect community. And I know that community is very important to you as well. When
Absolutely.
you first started, you said you had a vision for it to be a community hub. How, you've been open 4 years now. It'll be 4 years, I guess,
4
in
years
December.
in December. Mm-hmm.
How do you feel like you're progressing in that? Do you feel like you've reached a point where you're like, I can say that, or we're still evolving and getting there?
I think that I just feel that way just recently. There was so much that I wanted to be able to offer with the bookstore. And we got a good start in our original space, moved to the larger space on 2nd Street to hold events. And we had one event and 2 book clubs, and then we had to close for a while. So we just had our first event since all of that a couple weeks ago. And it was amazing.
Yeah.
We got to support a local author who wrote a book set in Southern Ohio. And
which my wife has read.
It's
and
so
loved.
good.
Yeah.
Everyone needs
Plug
to
it.
read
Plug it for
Hollow
us.
Kingdom
Yeah.
or The Hollow Inside
Yeah.
by Brooke Lauren Davis.
Yeah.
It's just the best. We just discussed a book club last night.
Yeah.
But to have people show up for her the way they did and to show up for the bookstore, that's what we want. That's the goal. We have another event coming up with a fellow from Circleville. I'm booking stuff every month for local authors. And it's all about support and community and exposing people to other stories. The event that we're getting ready to do, Gerhard Marosher is his name, and his family escaped Romania, I believe, during World War II, and he has just an unbelievable story that everybody needs to hear.
Yeah,
his
right.
book is called Why Can't Somebody Just Die Around Here? And the story behind the title itself will blow you away.
Wow.
We just need to expose each other to
Yeah.
other stories, to other ideas, and that's my goal.
Yeah.
Is let's talk about it. Let's learn from each other.
And I feel like the media of books, and maybe it's like this with music and film as well, but to me, books are much more personal. They're such an investment of time. I can listen to an entire album in an hour, right? If I read for an hour, I feel like I've just run a marathon. Now that's just me, right? You guys probably, you're especially you, Chelsea. You're probably a devourer of books. An hour for you feels like 5
If I
minutes.
can carve an hour out of the day,
Right, yes. So like for me, I'll have a stack of 4 books that I'm reading all a little bit of.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that maybe that's why it feels like a chore. But the medium of books to me feels like there are just so many undiscovered stories out there that the more attention you can draw to them, the better off like a whole sector of people is going to be, right?
You can learn so much about so many other people and just better yourself that way by being more understanding, more diplomatic, just more helpful.
Yeah. Yeah. I know that you've said that you wanted to bring people together and start conversations. And I'm struck by that in the moment that we sit here in today, where we feel more fragmented and divided than we've probably, I don't want to say ever been, because I have a frame of reference of 53 years. You guys have less. Chelsea significantly less, but
A little less.
I'm just struck by that because to me, it feels like such an uphill battle to try to get people to start conversations that don't end poorly.
We have to tear down these walls.
Yeah.
We build these walls where we have our opinions inside of them, and that's fine. Have your own opinion, but listen to everyone else's.
Yeah.
And that's what these books can do. I'm such a big fan of memoirs because I think that's where you can learn the most and not necessarily change. You don't have to change who you are, but at least be more accepting of other people and see where they come from.
Yeah.
We did a whole year theme for one of our book clubs that was stories that are not like ours. And they were fiction, but we learned so much about different cultures and mental illness and the way people are raised that it really broadened everyone's horizons.
Yeah. And I think in a time frame where we've now come out of COVID and we were all forced to just go in our caves and hang out. I'm not saying anything about the people that were in those caves because I love being with my family.
Yeah, they're pretty awesome.
About you. I mean, it was great. And we did things like Friday nights were movie nights and pizza, and there's things like that I don't want to lose. But there is a part of that where we want to connect with other people outside that realm again, and book clubs and events can help us do that, which is, I think, a really cool thing. Plus, I think whenever we're bringing foot traffic to your store, that has the potential of going to a different place and a different place and a different place. I mean, you probably know this more than we do. More people we bring downtown from other places, the more they want to come back.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think that's
We've had
cool
a lot of out-of-towners lately, and they are so impressed.
Yeah.
They don't know what we have.
Yeah.
And I tell them, you can spend the whole day in downtown Chillicothe and stay busy the entire time.
Yeah, well, I was out in front of Old Capitol Brewing a couple of nights hanging out with a friend of mine, and he had his dog with him, and there was a couple with another dog sitting next to us, and they said they had come down just to go to Grandpa Joe's candy shop and didn't come down till like 4 o'clock. They said they went there and then they just started walking around. They said, we walked around for a couple hours. We were like, oh, maybe we should have left the dog at home so he could be more comfortable, but we're going to come back and spend a whole weekend.
You can.
And I mean, that's not even talking about Great Seal Park or Buzzard's Roost or, a Paints game or Tecumseh or whatever. It's just, and I think you're part of that because
I want to be.
A
town isn't a town without a bookstore.
I agree. So let me ask this, because obviously Book World closed right before you opened. How much of that going away factored into that decision as well?
Well, I actually went and talked to Wendy, the owner, right before she closed. I didn't realize that she was going to be closing. It all just fit together like puzzle pieces.
Yeah.
And we had talked about maybe buying her out and keeping the location. But what I wanted to do was something different. And I wanted to create a new image where people wouldn't be confused. And we still have a lot of people coming in looking for Book World because it's a different atmosphere. It's a treasure hunt. And I love that kind of bookstore too.
Yeah.
That's not what we have in our shop. Ours is a much more carefully curated selection with a focus on events and things that we can promote. Story times, book clubs. We're doing a summer big go to promote summer reading in kids and adults. So there's a lot of other stuff that we do other than just sell books too.
I keep hearing, we say this like every week when we record, we keep hearing a similar theme from everybody that we talk to. And yours started with service. I've known you for a long time, and I know your heart to serve people.
Yeah.
And the bookstore gives you a perfect avenue to do that in a way that you enjoy and love.
It's such a fun way to do it.
Yeah, serving people. But it's funny. I mean, it's similar to what our goal is with our podcast, and seeing how that is changing. So, what I'm getting to is. You opened up a bookstore kind of at a really challenging time. Not because of the pandemic. We didn't even know that was coming when you opened. Right. But like with Amazon and the big box places, I think you leaned into the service piece, and that's what makes you different, and that's why people support you, because they sense that. It has to be an experience to come into the bookstore. That's, like I said, we don't just sell books. If you've seen You've Got Mail, we just sell cheap books. We don't do that. That's not what we're doing. We are providing an experience, and we are building relationships with these readers. It's just the best. Now that people aren't wearing masks anymore, it's so great to see them come in with their smiling faces, and we recognize them, and we know what they like to read, and we'll order stuff with them in mind. And it's about relationships, is what it is. That's the cool thing about it. Like, I know that you usually see us on Saturdays because we love to walk down from the house, walk around town, and we always end up at the bookstore, and Jen's always, picking out new books. So we love that's what you've created downtown. And as Mike was saying, we had the opportunity as a downtown to be a destination for people, and there's got to be things for people to do when they get there, right? Yeah. And so that's the beautiful thing that you're providing is, you're right. It's not a town without a bookstore. Well, I want to ask about the curation process. Like,
What's your process? Well, you said it's like carefully curated.
Because I'm buying what I love.
Right.
And what my booksellers love, what we can talk about and what we can get excited about. That's what's on the shelves. And sometimes people will come in and they'll be real excited about a book. You've got to check this out. You need to have it on your shelf. Fine, I'll put it on my shelf. If you're this excited about it, somebody else is going to be too. But it's what can we get you excited about? So it is an eclectic mix on those shelves, but it's stuff that we all believe in. Authors that we want to support, a wide range of topics of different backgrounds and subjects and things that we think people need to be reading.
Yeah. Well, and my experience has been sometimes going in and not seeing what I wanted, but saying, hey, can you get this? And then literally within days, it's there. And I think, that's the kind of responsiveness that I think you're delivering for your customers that puts you over the top. I mean, I could go to Amazon and probably get it next day, but the experience is just me and my computer or my phone or whatever.
Yeah, if there's a specific thing, we can have it within a week.
Yeah.
But when you come in, you're going to find what you didn't know you needed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's happened to me many times.
Yeah.
I think I just bought the Wright Thompson book about...
the Pappyland?
Yeah, Pappyland.
Yeah.
Because I walked in to find something else, and then you hooked me. So
it's really good.
Yeah, I enjoy it. I really did. And I got hooked because
it's a good Father's Day book.
Yeah, I bought it for myself. So I guess maybe that was my Father's Day gift to myself, right? And I'm a slow reader, so like I will take a month to read that book, whereas some people will take.
I'm a slow reader too.
So,
and my solution for that is audiobooks.
Yeah,
I know a lot of people don't count them, but it's kind of ableist not to.
Right.
If it weren't for audiobooks, I wouldn't be able to get half the reading done that I do.
Yeah.
And that's something that we can provide too. We've got a service that we offer called Libro FM. So you can still support local with your audiobooks. It's a nice option.
That's really cool because I would think that most people would think that, well, if I buy an audiobook, I probably got to get it someplace else. But you can do all that here and still serve you.
Yeah.
So that's great. Your focus on local and regional authors to me is super admirable because these are folks that are probably not going to get not everybody can be Donald Ray Pollock in this town.
Right.
Or in this area.
This area is rich with talent.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It's exceptional.
Your relationship and how you built those relationships with those folks. I mean, obviously you don't roll off, roll the door open one day, take the paper off the windows, and then all these authors just come to your door. Like you develop relationships with them. How's that process been for you?
A lot of them reach out to us.
Mm-hmm.
And once they do, we start talking about how to get their book in the store. What else can we offer them? What kind of support? Do they want to have an event? A couple years ago, we had a local author showcase where we had probably 10 or 15 authors all together. And that was very successful. I'd like to do that again. But right now we're doing a more formal format where we close down the store and can do a question and answer and a reading type thing. But yeah, once they reach out to us, that's usually the catalyst. There have been some authors that I've reached out to before, say we're doing their book for a book club. So I would contact them. Is there anything that you want to send us to, do you want to do a FaceTime with this one? Do you have an autographed bookmark you want to send out? And then that relationship just blossoms. And every book that comes out after that, we are major supporters of and tell everybody about it.
Yeah. Well, to me, that's, I'm going to know about the New York Times bestseller list, right? Everybody knows about that
anywhere.
But what am I missing if I'm just confining what I'm reading to that?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm missing an entire world.
We've got an Ohio authors shelf in the store now, not just Chillicothe or Ross County, but Ohio authors. And more than half of it is very local to here. But you're not going to find those books everywhere.
Yeah.
Some of the authors have published them themselves. Some have gone through major publishers, but it's a treasure trove on that shelf.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, on the events, to me, the closing down the store and maybe you're finding this to be the case, but that would be I feel like I'm part of an exclusive club when I do something like that, right?
It's awesome.
Like the doors are locked,
Yeah.
but I'm on the inside.
Yeah, we've just done the one so far. We closed an hour early to move everything and set up chairs. And we had 2 sessions for that event. So we had one that was just family,
Right.
and another was readers and fans. And it was so intimate and entertaining. We had a great vibe with it. So I hope we can keep that going.
Yeah. Obviously, you have to think a little bit about the future. I guess it's a little hard to do when you've just been, limited in so many ways over the last year. But what are your sort of like immediate goals? Like, what do you look at and say like a 3-year plan? Like, would be, we'd really like to be doing this.
Oh gosh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like right now, my brain's at Christmas. This is July. I'm thinking Christmas. I don't get too much farther out than that because it gets a little overwhelming.
Yeah.
I like the size that we're at right now. I feel like it's a comforting environment. People feel welcome there, so I don't really want to grow in space. But just more offerings.
Yeah.
I'd like to partner with more businesses. I have a lot of ideas on that.
Yeah.
There's so many changes happening downtown.
Sure.
And there's some exciting stuff we could get into. So I think that is going to be a big part of next year for us.
So when you say partnering with a business, like give me an example of what you're talking about.
I've got this big idea for Books and Brews.
Okay.
Where we do like a book and beer
I'm tracking.
pairing.
Yeah.
Right? Doesn't that sound fun?
Yeah.
That's
Mike's in already.
Yeah. I mean,
that's fun.
All you had to do was say book
doing
if
for
he was
a
in,
long
but-
time.
I smell a chamber partnership in the future.
I think it'll be great. We've talked with Nelly Dog before about doing a story time with a painting type thing. So we could partner with just about anybody.
Yeah. That's for sure.
I think we've seen a lot of, just in our conversations, collaborations that have turned out pretty cool with a couple of breweries and coffee shops and things like that.
Yes.
So there's no reason why you couldn't pair your shop with lots of other things going on
We've
downtown.
got ideas.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And even something as simple as hosting, there's some great local artisans that create handcrafted earrings and necklaces and things like that, doing
So
pop-up
many,
shops with them. Like there's phenomenally talented people out there that,
Absolutely.
They can't afford to have a space downtown maybe, but they could maybe benefit from having, a pop-up shop or something like that. We've talked about that at our space at the Chamber even, because there are also some people that don't want to be downtown. We actually just signed a member at the Chamber last week that is opening a little coffee shop in Frankfurt. And they want to help be part of a renaissance in Frankfurt. We're like, let's go.
People are so excited about that.
Yeah. But how do I get people in Chillicothe to say, you know what, I could go downtown and get a cup of coffee. Well, why don't you drive out to Frankfurt and just see what's going on?
I will drink coffee from all of the places.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm there too.
So I just think that I like the idea generation part of that. To me is, it's super creative. I don't, I love the idea of number one of just even having a downtown bookstore and having a local bookstore. But I think the more that we can, intertwine that with the other businesses, I think we're better off we're all going to be.
Yeah, we don't want to just be a shop sitting there on the street. We want to be interactive and out in the city doing all kinds of things.
Yeah. In my business, we call that being sticky, like with customers, but like it's in a good way. Like by doing all these other things and not just being all about books, it makes you kind of sticky with downtown, really, right? So yeah, that's good stuff.
So I'm going to ask you, what are 3 of the best books that you've read in the last 6 months?
I knew you were going to do that.
I'm going to definitely do that.
I've read almost 70 books this year.
Oh my gosh.
So,
I might have read 70 pages this year.
Sad.
okay,
It's sad.
so The Hollow Inside
by
Brooke Lauren Davis is a young adult novel. It's fantastic. It's a thriller, a page turner. The twists are in the right spot. The pacing is perfect.
Do you need like a little quote from Kelsey Throne about the book that you can put up somewhere?
We can all.
I can get you that.
We are all excited about this book. It's so good. My dear friend Leah Weiss has one coming out the end of July called All the Little Hopes. and this is another one I'm very passionate about. She wrote If the Creek Don't Rise a few years ago, and I know a lot of people in town have read that one. We did it for our book club. We've been hand selling it like crazy. All the Little Hopes is even better. It's so wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh, so
we need little things that we can put in, like that was a tease. You know?
That'll be out soon.
I'm also really excited about another Ohio author, Carrie Winfrey. She writes romantic comedies, and we're doing hers for book club right now. Her newest one is Very Sincerely Yours. Her books are usually set in Columbus. The last two have been set in German Village. This one's more in the short north. And it's all this stuff that you recognize. It's Jenny's Ice Cream. It's fantastic. They kind of are billing it as Sexy Mr. Rogers. You know, so if that intrigues you. The writing is fantastic. She has the most quirky, well-developed characters. So those are three I'm going with that I've read just recently.
That's cool.
Because those are authors that I will always support.
Yeah. Wow.
Don't ask Mike and I are the top for the year because we may have only read 3.
I definitely have not read 3. I've read Pappyland. I've read what else did I read?
Second Mountain.
Second Mountain. That was end of last year, beginning of this year. But
you're reading good stuff.
Yeah. Second Mountain. I gave him a copy.
It's
so the way I found out about it was
it's fantastic.
One of our earlier guests, John Gavis, Dr. Gavis, my personal physician,
an avid reader,
and he whenever we have, I sit down with him for my 6-month checks or whatever. We always talk about a book that we're reading.
Yeah.
And he said he brought that one up, and he didn't even bring it up and say you should read it, but I knew to get it.
And I got to say props to Dr. Gabus because he gets my mission.
Yeah.
And he is also passionate about getting books to the community that are important to be read.
Yep.
That's something we talk about a lot.
Yep.
And I'm so excited to have him kind of on the team behind all of this.
Yeah, he's like a marketer that you don't have to pay.
He is. He's enthusiastic. I love it.
Obviously, the work-life balance has got to be a lot some days, and maybe other days it doesn't feel that way, or maybe it does always feel that way. How does that manifest itself for you? Obviously, Matt has a lot to do with that because whenever you're in a business,
it's the team. Matt has been working from home for over a year. He's the press secretary for ODOT, and they've had him working from home. He's getting ready to go back to the office. This past year has been chaotic.
Yeah.
Working at the pharmacy through all of this, and with the bookstore, every week it feels like plot twist. We've got to reconfigure something or come up with a new idea to keep it fresh. I could not have done any of that if he wasn't right there with me. 3 kids and school and all of this. You have to have the team.
Yeah. Right.
And the support of. I have the best staff. Those girls will switch schedules and pick up and do whatever we need. Everybody we're a family.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. I couldn't do any of this by myself.
Yeah. And I would imagine you have to feel by this time that the community has gotten what Wheatberry's about.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think they do.
I feel that just in my conversations with people. I mean, one of my employees, Wendy Bennett, is probably another one of those people that's
she's a good one.
She's a marketer that you don't have to pay. She came in today with, I think, like 6 books. So I
believe it.
And she's another person that she could read probably 6 books in what it would take me to read,
Oh, she powers through.
I mean, I couldn't even read a full book probably in the time that she reads 6, but I think when you're able to look back or look at it in 4 years and say, like, people have gotten where we're at. Like, to me, that makes the next year feel a little easier.
It feels a little more comfortable.
Yeah.
Not like we're on a precipice.
Yeah.
Or anything. I don't want to get comfortable. I don't want to stay stagnant or not change. But it feels, they get it. They know what we're doing, and they know where to come for what they need.
So when you started this in like 2017, I imagine the narrative around bookstores was, why start a bookstore, right?
It was kind of dicey.
Yeah.
Things were starting to take a turn.
Okay.
So independent bookstores were, the thing in the 90s.
Yeah.
And then the big box stores came, and then Amazon, we call it the evil river.
Mm-hmm.
The evil river came and wiped it all out. And the culture shifted after that. People wanted to start supporting local again and saw the value in it. When you spend money in your town, that money stays in your town.
Yep.
When you spend that money online, you can kiss it goodbye.
Yep.
It's not coming back.
Yeah. I have yet to see Amazon on the back of any Little League jersey.
No.
Right.
So it's all about what people see as valuable.
Yeah.
And when we started, there was a shift. There were a lot of new bookstores opening. And honestly, they stayed open through the pandemic. The majority of them did. People were reading through that.
Yeah.
They were educating themselves. It was great. So hopefully this is a trend that's going to continue, where values are shifting a little bit and the focus is on hometowns and downtowns.
I'm going to ask you what I think might be an unfair question.
Oh, great.
If I'm a parent out there and my kid isn't into reading.
Oh, I got you.
Good.
I got you.
I wasn't sure if this was an unfair question.
No, this is
because
what
it's almost like I'm asking
for.
you solve my problem.
Let me
right?
do it.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Dr. Books here.
Yeah.
Kids who are not into reading just haven't found what they want to read about, is what it comes down to. And a lot of them struggle with the process and can't communicate that. So that is what graphic novels are for. And I know a lot of parents are kind of hesitant because they feel like that's a comic book and it's not a real book. No.
Yeah.
That is a way. That's the gateway drug to books.
And there's a lot of good
novels.
storytelling in graphic novels.
And there's so many novels published previously that are being reprinted as graphic novels just to have that available for kids who are struggling.
Yeah.
So we got to find what they're interested in, or we need to sit them in front of a graphic novel, and then the spark ignites.
Yeah.
Hey, we're super excited about Wes Molbash's graphic novel
I'm
coming.
so
Yeah,
excited.
I can't
We're
wait.
going to do a big event for
I
that.
hope so.
And he wants
Yeah,
it. Like
he wants, he even
yeah.
he's
mentioned
begging
it.
for
We're
it.
going to blow it out.
Yeah, he mentioned that. It's funny, like you talking about kids. I loved to read when I was a kid, and then as I got into college and was forced all
Where
that
they
reading,
made you read.
right? I really got tired of it, and I found that it was hard for me to get back into certain things. But I had a in high school, I was all about sports. I'm like telling my literature teacher, I do not have time to read all this that you require me to read. And she made a deal with me. She's like, I'll tell you what, I get to pick the book. You read it, and you can do one oral book report in front of for the whole semester, the whole 9 weeks.
Imagine
I'm like,
teacher.
Done. I can get one book out of the way. Bam. So she handed it to me on like a Wednesday. She's like, Monday, you got to have this done. You're going to be standing in front of the class. I'm like, no problem. And she handed me To Kill a Mockingbird. And
Of
man,
course she did.
changed. I mean, I came in on Friday,
the classic of all classics.
and I was like, I'm ready to do my oral report. And she's like, no, you do that on Monday. I'm like, no, I'm done with the book.
Yeah.
I could not put it down. And then it changed.
It just takes one book.
Yeah.
For me, it
but that
was
was in
The
high
Giver.
school. And then like college kind of killed all
Yeah.
that. And then eventually, it came back. My favorite, when you talk about kids, finding books for kids, how my mom got me was Encyclopedia Brown.
Oh, yes.
To this day, I will still grab an Encyclopedia Brown. I found over there. There's a big box of my childhood books, and I have like the whole series of Encyclopedia Brown, and I'll pick it up and just read and have fun.
My aunt had loaned me all of her hardcover Nancy Drews
Oh yeah.
that I, read ages ago. And when I finished All the Little Hopes, that's coming out soon by Leah Weiss, she talks a lot about Nancy Drew in that book. Man, I went and picked up The Secret of the Old Clock.
That's great.
I love getting those back out.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, you're right. I think you're right. You have to find the right book for a kid. There's one out there that will pull them in.
And so often it's the book that the kids can see themselves in. And it's a matchmaking thing.
Yeah.
When you're putting all of the stuff in front of them that they can't connect with, that's not going to trigger them to be a reader. They're not going to get excited about that at all. They need to recognize themselves in the pages. And that's the most fun, is to help them find that.
Yeah. Well, I've gotten to firsthand witness your magic in the bookstore with Jen. Jen went
She's
through
a special reader. I love her taste.
well, and she went through a period of time where it was really tough for her to get into books, back into books. She read a ton, and then just, I don't know if it was work, life, all these things kind of got in the way, and she really was losing focus. She couldn't focus on a book. And through the pandemic, we would come in and you would give her options and what do you like to read? And you started there. And then one day I was in there and you were helping Jen. And then there was a young kid that asked a question about a book, and you took him off into the kids section. And I was just listening to that conversation, and I was like, this is the difference. This is what makes Wheatberry Books special compared to everything else out there. And it's just beautiful to watch you get to serve people that way.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's fun.
Thanks.
Do you think, like, even if you got to a certain level of success where you could just hire on staff and then
I'm not
manage
leaving.
you would be there every day? I could just tell.
Yep.
I would love to be there every day right now.
Yeah.
Right now it's 3 or 4 days a week. But gosh, it's just a dreamland.
Yeah.
It's home. We got back from vacation and I was back at the shop within 30 minutes. I can't stay away.
Yeah.
I love it there.
Well, and plus, like, the whole, especially if you go on vacation, you come back a week later and there's a whole
There's all that stuff.
new books that are coming out.
I
You're
have to
learning
look at
about
them.
and new books are being announced all the time and things like that. So, I mean, I just feel like what you've built there fits so perfectly into our downtown, where we've built a niche as a place that you go to kind of get away from your
Yes.
whatever,
Yeah.
right? Whether you're living in another town or not. Like,
It's so refreshing.
yeah.
It is.
Yeah, I think you may not have been the first to come to downtown, but you certainly added to it once you got there, and I think you've built something
Thank
that
you.
can be treasured by our community. I really do.
love being a part of it.
Yeah.
The downtown business owners, what a family.
Yeah.
That's not a community. The way everybody bounces ideas off of each other and supports each other.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, what a thing to be a part of.
Yeah.
Well, and it drives more businesses because more people get a taste of that and want to be a part of it. So they're creating new businesses all the time to just to be involved in that.
Yeah.
Well, and what I'm seeing now is that people are coming to us and saying, who's got a building they're going to sell? Or, which, I think the more that we develop buildings and the more that we develop living space in those buildings, the better off it's going to be for you long term.
Yeah.
Because we'll have a built-in clientele, you know?
Definitely.
And when they're walking to Carl's, that book looks intriguing.
Doors open and the shelves are full.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's awful fun, you know. So, well, I can't thank you enough for coming on tonight. I hope
Thank
it's
you
been
for
an enjoyable
convincing me
experience.
too.
We told you it would be easy.
Truth be told, she was a little stressed about it, so I'm glad that she had a good
I
experience.
like the written word better than the spoken word.
Well, thank you again, and keep
Thank you,
doing what
guys.
you're doing. We say this every week with people that we love and trust, is that keep doing what you're doing, because what you're doing is obviously working.
Thank you.
And it's important.
I appreciate the
Important
support.
work.
Yep. And you will have my book buying business the 4 times a year that I finish a book. How
Well,
about
I
that?
will keep recommending 4 books a year.
Thanks again.
Thank you.
You've been listening to the Feels Like Home podcast with Mike Throne and Marty
It's a
Ford.
little strange, but I don't feel alone. We just settled in and it already feels like home. Feels like home. Feels like home.